Thank you. Let me begin from the beginning.
Yeah.
Today is 30th January, 10:35 a.m. The market has crashed, not crashed, you can say, corrected severely in this 1 week period. Today we are on 30th, so one more day is there. Today is a Sunday. So we will consider this as a month end and go by our analysis because the next week will be having additional 4 days. So let us see this how the markets have behaved in this particular period. Before that, I would like to show the disclaimer, sorry, that this particular session is only for educational purpose. I am not a SEBI registered advisor. Any decisions you take for buying or selling, whether you make profit or you make losses, okay, especially in this kind of market, please consult your advisor, financial advisor. Okay, the objective of the course is to just give you knowledge, financial literacy idea about how the markets behave. I want to start with a particular quote. Investors normally want to cut the flowers and water the weeds. This is the normal behavior of us. This is said by the renowned investor Peter Lynch. This is apt today because we are in a market where we are worried about the market going down, worried that whatever we have gained we'll lose. So what is our tendency as an investor, basically a retail investor, that we will immediately remove all our profit making stocks completely, and we will have those stocks which we are left behind are the weeds which are making losses, and we'll continue with those losses till the time that we try to gain the profits. If you continue for some period of time and if the markets are likely to improve, it is okay. But if you continue watering the weeds all the time and cut the flowers, we will have a problem. That is what happens with our normal investor behavior. Let us see the week. This is the 1 week comparison. The Nifty is here. You can see a blue line, minus 3.64%. Minus. And only three sectors, which is the PSU Bank, overall Nifty Bank, and private bank. So what we are seeing is only the banking stocks has started moving up. And on Wednesday, on 26, I wanted to have this. I give you idea about mean reversion, especially because banks were turning around. So since I could not do it, I am doing it today and giving you an idea which are the sectors which are slightly turning around and which are the sectors which will go down further. Okay, you can see from this particular auto is negative 0.19, then central public sector enterprises, FMCG, financial services, MNC, PSE, energy, all these are negative, but they are slightly less than Nifty, and that is why they are above and light green. The ones which are below, we start with the bottommost, realty, the worst, minus 8.4, metal minus 6, media minus 5, healthcare, commodities minus 5, minus 4, infra minus 4.5, pharma minus 4.5. Where is the 90? Service sector, here it is at the bottom. Consumer durables and IT. Okay. So what do we see? Okay. There is a mean reversion which is taking place. in the bottom 3 or 4 sectors as well as the top 2 or 3 sectors. The top sector is the banking sector, which is coming down from the mean at the bottom and it is going up, whereas the IT, realty, they were moving up, metal, they were very much up. They are now correcting and moving down the mean. So just taking you to the idea or giving you an idea about mean reversion. First, I'll show you the graph. In this chart, we can see there are blue line, which is the 30-day moving average. This is a chart I picked up from Google, and this is the 90-day moving average. I will show you the live ones also. Now, if you see this blue line, the red line is nothing but my line bar of the closing prices, the closing prices. So if I consider the blue line, what do you see? This is below the blue line, this prices. Then it went up, it went up, it went up, it went up. I'm only looking at the blue line. No? So from here, if you see, it has gone up so much. Quite a large distance it has covered. So definitely it has to move down. So it has started moving down. It came here, it touched here. Once again, the green line. The mean of the blue line में देखिए बीच में जा रहा है. The chart is moving in the middle. So that is what is the idea? The idea is whenever there is a movement which is very much above the mean line or very much below the mean line, then the prices tend to correct, and they correct in such a way that they try to move towards the mean. You remember in the cricket, the commentators use the law of averages. Here we are talking of the same thing. In the prices also, there is a law of average, and the prices move towards the, there is a spelling mistake here. It is reversion. Okay. So we have this mean reversion principle in such a way that the prices are very much unstable. They move up and down. They fluctuate around the mean. If they go too much up or down, they will try to revert back to the mean position. So if it is moving very much high, it will bring it down. And if it is moving very much low, it will go back upwards. But one important point is that there should not be major fundamental change. If there is a major fundamental change, then immediately the stock will take a beating. Okay, so let us see some examples, and that is what I want to do, and I want to show you with the Nifty also the examples. Here is my Nifty. Okay, the Nifty is moving in the channel. I am removing the channel and I will draw it once again. You can see here there is a moving average. There are 3 moving averages. The blue line, which is the, you can see the details here. The blue line is the third one. The first 2 I have kept it blank. I am not showing you, otherwise it will be too much. 20, 50 and 200. These are the, so which are those lines? The blue, green and the pinkish red line. Okay, so blue line is 20, green is 50 and the pinkish line is 200. So when I say 20 moving average, it means approximately 1 month. When I say 50 moving average, it means approximately a quarter. And when we say 200 moving average, we say it is approximately 1 year. So how does the Nifty is moving? How is the Nifty moving? You can see the Nifty is moving. Here it was below. You can see the charts were below. Okay, you can see blue, green and pink. They both are, all of the 3 are above. Here it crossed over and then it is moving up. Now if I draw a trend line, let me draw a trend line. I'm doing it so that my people who are new in this will start understanding. I'm taking the base position, touching some of the wicks and moving in the upward direction. What is the trend line saying? It is moving above. The yellow color line is my upward trend. Now I am drawing the channel. Once again I take the some points touching the candles. Now you can see this is a parallel channel. This is the upward moving channel. Okay, there are two zones, W meaning the weekly demand zone and the weekly supply zone. The supply zone is the upper level, the resistance of Nifty, and the demand zone is the buy level. So Nifty is moving around this range. What is the range? 17,000 around 100 or level. So, and here it is 17,923. Now if you see in the last, we are on the day chart, the last 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, the Nifty has started moving down, but it is always in this range. Okay, if you see the last 2 weeks, it is in a downward movement. Here is the week chart. This is the last week and the one before that. The Nifty is moving down. The day channel tells me it is already touching this level of 17,100. Supposing it goes further down, how far it can go down? How far Nifty will go down? Let's see. I see one overlapping zone which is here once again. So you can see that this is one weekly demand zone. It is already touching this zone at 17,100 levels. And then after that there is another demand zone which is at 16,700 levels. So the Nifty will move down. If the budget is good, then there will be slight movement upwards. You can see it is already below the 20 moving average and the 50 moving average. So if you consider this, it has already mean reversion has taken place for this too. It is moving towards the 200 moving average. The trend line is also telling me only the same thing. You can see the yellow trend line, it has broken this and it has started moving down. It once again tried to move up. It touched the trend, faced the resistance and came down. If you want to see the top levels, here is the maximum the Nifty has reached, somewhere 18,600 levels. Okay, around here. So we expect weak markets unless there is some major change in the budget, which is a positive change. The markets will remain like this. There is a fear in the market. Fed is going to increase the interest rate. Inflation is going up. China +1 is the only thing which is helping India just now. The Indian market returns will be similar to the bond yields in the US. So the FIs have started withdrawing. How much FIs have withdrawn? I'll give you a picture, idea about it. Just see here. I'll be going through this presentation. Here is the withdrawal of the FIs. In the month of Jan 2022, 1 day is still left. They have withdrawn 37,000 crores. December 35,000 crores. November 39,000 crores. October 25,000 crores. August 2,500 crores. So if you see this period of last 4 months, tremendous amount of withdrawal is happening. Tremendous amount of withdrawal. You can see here. And this is the Nifty closing at this levels. So definitely there is a problem which we are facing. The money is going out of the country. And when the smart investors start doing this, definitely. Now this is a year basis, on a yearly basis. We have just started the month of Jan 2022 and we have already withdrawn 37. So if we take half of this, 46 is the half. We are already in 1 month we have withdrawn nearly half of, not half of, you can say about 38-40% of the previous year. And this is tremendous amount of withdrawal which is happening. That is one of the reasons why the markets are getting into trouble. DIs. The DIs, please see this. November they added 30,000 crores in the market. The DIs are nothing but the domestic investors, our mutual funds, our insurance companies, and some large investors. So if you see in the month of Jan, the investment has gone only 60% of the November, December kind of investment. So investors are, DIs normally invest when the FIs are removing the money, but the investment is not in proportion. If you see, the FIs have removed 37,000 crores, but the DIs have only invested 18,000. That is about half. So there is a gap, and the gap is being filled by the retail investors. Many people have moved into the stock markets because that is about 45% of the new additions have happened in the retail investors. But unfortunately, some of them are going to have a shock because a lot of speculation has happened till now, and market is actually going to show you the true colors in the next 4-5 months, when we'll be seeing that if we don't invest properly in the right kind of funds, then we may end up having a negative portfolio. See the yearly investments of DIs. Addition in 2021 was 94,000. This 18,000 is 1/5. 18 5s are 90. So we are looking at a 1/5 investment happening, but still, when we see the withdrawals which have happened, we are seeing that the withdrawals are tremendous. You can see a withdrawal 37,000 only in 1 month, and the investment is only 18,000. So we are seeing a disproportionate. The DIs are not matching, maybe not because they don't have money, but the DIs are not matching because they are also becoming cautious of entry in the market. Because if I enter the market and I am stuck up with the stocks and the market goes down further, then I am into more of a trouble, and that is what the DIs are also feeling. Okay. So where will the markets go up to? The immediate level is here. And if I take a Fibonacci levels, if I plot my Fibonacci retracements, if I consider this as a low, just 1 minute. Okay, I am just removing it once again because the internet lag was happening. Let's do it once again. So this fifth night retracement, we'll do this later in the technical. But just now you understand this. This is my lower level, and this has gone up to here. After that, the market has fallen. Currently, it is at this level. So what is my fib levels? So you can see the fib levels. The market is at this level. It is about 38.2%. 16,671 will be 38.2. 50% of the high and lows will be 16,082. 61.8% will be 15,494. So if I see, currently we are here at 17,101. Normally 16,1.8 is supposed to be the golden ratio. So if the market corrects itself like in the stocks up to the golden ratio levels, then it will go around 15,494 levels. Okay, that is a double top which the market has created, and still it is falling. So market is weak. It is not that tomorrow itself it will go and fall to 15,494, but slowly and steadily it will go down, once again go little up, once again go down further. So this kind of a downward pattern will keep on happening, and slowly and steadily for a period of say up to June, May, June, April, May, June, we'll see markets in this manner. Okay, so don't think that the market is going to reverse soon. When this was happening in the month of Jan beginning, I was really surprised. But then markets has its own logic. We cannot predict everything. We can just understand the charts and try to deduce something from it so that we are little bit more safe, okay, than the people in the market who don't understand much about charts. So let's see so Sensex is also very similar. You can see here, same kind of graph. Bank Nifty. I'll go a little faster because I have to do both the things. The Bank Nifty this is the weekly zone, the red one, supply zone, and this is the green one. Bank Nifty has moved little positive, but it will move in this zone. The near demand zone has been touched already, so it will come down. So this is the zone. Please note down the levels if you want for any of the sectors as well as the charts. I have drawn them. Then you can see here the private banks more weaker than the public sector banks this week, and now last few months it is like this. ICICI Bank is turning around. Okay, Axis Bank is little better, and SBI is doing well. The results of IndusInd Bank was also okay, good. Federal Bank is also good. Okay, so you can look at these banks. PSU banks, you can see all the three moving averages ke upar hai chart, so it is looking better. The weekly supply zone is here, 29,2910. The demand zone is 2591, and this is the range in which the sector will move. Now, for the point of view of investment, I have taken this strategy of having SBI with me, and the remaining PSU banks ke liye, I have taken my ETF PSU, so that I don't have to worry about many other PSU banks. I have gone by ETF of the PSUs. And if you remember, in one of the groups I have sent a message, the ETFs have given good amount of returns. It is something like this. I'll just tell you. Okay, the Bank B's has given return of 14% last year from 1st Jan to 31st December 21. The PSU banks have given a return of 38%. So after studying this PSU banks and all, coming to the conclusion that investing in many PSUs will not be an ideal thing, because then tracking them is a problem. So invest in the ETF, and if the ETF has given last year 38, this year you don't expect 38, you expect less because the markets are not so good. Okay, but still it will be reasonable around 15, 17, next 20 around. Metal. Okay, without IT. Yeah, IT. The IT is showing reversion. It is already going back down from the blue one. It is coming towards the green 50. So IT is going for correction. IT will correct, and it can correct up to 29,000 levels. So expect some of the IT stocks to go down. यहाँ तक तो definitely आएगा, 31 तो आ जाएगा. because it is a 3 months moving average. Metals are already down. They are also moving towards their 3 months moving average. You can see there is a consolidation continuously in this period. It is moving flat. Okay, you can see that this is the principal positions have been reversed. Here was the resistance. That resistance has become the support, and the market is moving in this particular region for a good amount of time. This is a weekly chart, so you can see at least we are moving like this for last, say from, you can say from July, means 6 months, it is actually moving in this range. Okay, so but still it is little bit above the, so that it is still able to have a support levels at this levels. Okay, that's good. Auto moving up recently, little better. Okay, because of sector rotation, Maruti results were good. It gave an opportunity for swing trade in the Maruti. I entered Maruti very in few numbers. I was not having much money at 8,000 level, and as soon as it was moving above 8850 levels, I immediately had put an order and it came out. It just swinged up and it came down. So putting a VTC order really helped. So this is the way you have to do in this markets. You cannot wait for everything. जहाँ मौका मिला वहाँ चौका मारो. Take advantage. So I had only three stocks basically. So nikal diya immediately. And I'm waiting for Maruti to come down to another 8,000 level. Then it will come. FMCG. See that. It is moving down. From this level, it has come down to this level. And it is still not very sure. It has already crossed the 3 months moving average and it is coming towards the 1 year 200 moving average. Normally it is said like this, and it is the past examples are there. When it crosses the 3 months moving average, there is a good possibility that it will come towards the 200 moving. Only FMCG which really did well was the Hindustan Unilever. बाकी ने अभी तक अच्छा नहीं किया, including Tata Consumers. Godrej का results आया नहीं है. I don't think the results are there. So let's move further. Realty. I'm not very sure about realty markets. Even though we hear a lot of positive news about it, but my gut feeling is that the market is still not moving. If it was moving, it would have crossed this barrier. Actually, it is coming down. It has already passed the 21-month moving average. It is nearing the 3 month little away. It is still far. There is a demand zone. If it takes the support over here, then it can move up, but it will move in this zone. So realty stocks are still little dicey. We will see some of the stocks. Pharma is below the monthly and the quarterly moving averages. The support is here. The demand zone, the supply zone is way at the top here. So it is a little bit of dicey kind of situation for pharma. Okay, so here is the pharma. थोड़ा weak है, and it is weak since a long time. It is already below the, or not below exactly. You can see this candle is below, right? It is below. So it is already below the monthly and the quarterly, weekly moving averages. So it is काफी नीचे गिर चुका है. Okay, if you see from the real day point of view. Infra, unless and until the allocations in the infra by the government in the budgets is good, we'll find the infra going down. If the infra is going further down, then the metals will go down, the cement will go down. Cement, metal are stuck up because the infra projects are into trouble. Metal is also stuck up because the market is not very sure how China will react after the Olympics, the Winter Olympics. The Winter Olympics are happening in Beijing in Feb. After that, if they remove the restrictions which they have put on the manufacturing of this metal companies, if they remove the restrictions, then the world metal prices will also have further trouble. In such a scenario, the Indian metal stocks will go into trouble. So we cannot be sure about the metal till the time we know how China is going to react. Okay, so the metals are in trouble, infra is in trouble. Government does not have that much money. We can announce lot many schemes, but the allocation has to happen. So we'll wait and watch how the allocation is happening. We'll come back with the kind of understanding. Energy is moving up basically because the crude oil prices are going up. But then what is happening? The energy stocks may go up, but FMCG and all the companies which are having inputs in the form of petroleum, oil, energy, gas, all these companies who are these are the inputs, they are getting into trouble because their product cost is increasing, the margins are reducing. So we have this trouble in the energy stocks. It is a little bit down, but still, last week the energy prices went up. The oil was $94 a barrel. It is increasing. That is problematic for India. Okay. Let's see some of the companies. Bajaj Finance. Okay. We had a swing opportunity in Bajaj Finance last week. It went to 8,000 levels. And then at 820, I mentioned also in the write-up that if you want, you can exit partially. And then it has come down to 6,300, 400 levels. And now it is at 6,8 levels. You can see the mean reversion already happening in the metals, in the Bajaj Finance. Finance services also is taking a correction. Mean reversion happening. It is coming towards its 200 moving average. Please understand this 200 moving average means Bajaj FinServ is at its last year price, near about. See the volumes, very much high, above the average volumes. HDFC going down, down, down. This is HDFC, okay, the housing loan company. Below its mean average. I've entered this stock this week because I believe it is way below. There is an opportunity for HDFC and the banks to move up. So I have taken the position of entering HDFC, which I have mentioned in my write-up. So about 10, 11 stocks I had mentioned, in which HDFC was also there. HDFC Bank is turning around, not so good even now, but still if you see, some volumes are showing, okay, last 2 days there was a sell volume. The buy volumes are green, which are below the average line. Still selling is happening, okay. You can enter if you want. This is the demand zone over here. This is a good level. Okay, at this prices also they are good. HDFC Bank, ICICI, better stock compared to HDFC. Kotak, see here, last 2 days, 3 days rather, volume little bit above the average. It is improving. Axis, Wednesday, Thursday, it moved. Friday, it moved down. Still, it is going up. Overall, it is in the uptrend. SBI, Wednesday, Thursday, it was up. Green volume bars. Friday, it was down. Motilal Oswal, JM Finance, they all are negative. Motilal Oswal results was bad. Muthoot Finance, negative. Manappuram, negative. LIC Housing Finance moved little up. You can see that. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it moved up. Okay. The earnings was okay. That is why it moved up. L&T Finance not so good. कभी फ्राइडे को थोड़ा पॉजिटिव था, but you can see it is below the mean. All the moving average से नीचे है. Here it was above, it came to the mean levels, it went down, it is still going down. Once again, it is touching the mean at the 20 moving average, the monthly moving average. Tata Steel rather, okay, moved down a lot. It is in this demand zone. It is falling further down. This is the only stock I am going to keep for the metals till the time the improvement happens. But unfortunately, I am not able to exit from the metals because it has become way down. JSW Steel is also down, not improving at all. It is going further down. You can see the levels. It is in the demand zone. It is continuously moving downwards. National Aluminium. Last 2 days, it was a green candle. Hindalco, last 2 days, a green candle. Vedanta, going for demerger. The stock will move upwards. Possibility is very high that it will move upwards because it will going to get better ratings as the companies are going to get demerged. Bharat Electronics, BEL, many of the people are having it. Okay, it is slightly down below the monthly and the quarterly moving average. Dollar, a good stock in the textile industry. This is a good level when it came down. So it comes to this levels, or if you come to this demand zone levels, you can enter this. So at this levels, if you get it somewhere near, that's quite far. 428 is very far. So first, maybe it may come down to a smaller demand zone is here.
Biraf, how is Indocount Industries?
Indocount, I'll just see it. I'll just check it out. Apati, afterwards we'll take it. Just remind me.
Yes, yes.
Okay. BTL is good, but last 3-4 days it is coming down very severely. So this gives us a buying opportunity at these levels. Okay. Hindustan Unilever, little better performance, but still the market has not agreed on that. On Wednesday, the green candle was there, but afterwards it is still moving down. ITC is down. I was reading somewhere, somebody was saying ITC will move up. I'm waiting for that to remove my things. Okay. ITC currently is at 217 levels. Tata Consumer down, very much down. You can see all the three candles, all the three moving average se niche hai candle. Godrej Consumer Products once again down. The results are somewhere here, 8 Feb. IEX moving down. This is a stock which I believe can be one of our multi-baggers. It's a good stock. CDSL is a good stock. CAMS has gone down. FL will do well. Okay. Entry at this levels, if you get an opportunity, 1000, 1100 levels, there's a demand zone. Similarly, Naukri is a good stock. It's at one of the lowest levels. Okay. India Mart is also at this lowest level. You can see here it's very low. Okay. Still they are expensive because the PE levels are very high. TCS. Okay. The stock is at its quarterly moving average.
Should we buy or sell it right now, Virat?
Pardon me?
TCS, should we buy or sell?
4500 is your buyback levels. At that point of time, around there, you sell it off. and re-enter at 3.6 levels.
Okay.
LXC, I sold some part of it, and when it was at 7,300, few numbers, not more, and then I'm waiting to re-enter at around this levels. This is the level, around 6.5 levels. Infosys, okay, coming down. It is really a good price. You can see it is at its bottom levels, continuously moving. The lower support is here, so it has touched the support levels. You can see the 200 SMA is also very near. So if you believe in Infosys, and which I also see it is a good stock, you can enter here. Tech Mahindra has gone down. Good to enter. Once again, it has come down at its lowest levels. It is near the demand zone. Wait for the stock to stabilize. But this looks like a period consolidation which had happened earlier. So it is falling down from this levels. It has come down nearly 61-70% levels. HCL Tech has also moved down, very severely down. So good opportunity if you want to. By the way, there was a news item, brand equity of US, 10 companies which are in the IT service industries, out of which 6 were from India. TCS, Infosys, HCL Tech, Tech Mahindra, Wipro and LTI. These 6 companies were from India. So you can understand these stocks are going to do. Mindtree, definitely a good opportunity at these levels. LTI, LTTS, Mindtree, you can always think of adding. Okay, it has come down very severely. Correction is happening. Good opportunity to enter. LTTS also similar. Buy 2, 3, 5 as you wish. KPIT I have entered. This is a new stock I have entered. Nowadays KPIT is being it is similar to LTTS, LXC, Happiest Mind. They are in the same kind of AI related business, platform related business. Then Godrej Properties going down, very severely down. So be away from it till the time it stabilizes. Okay, the stock is moving down because the real estate itself is moving down. Prestige is also moving down, but I sold my Prestige at 540 levels, and I am now waiting to enter little low at 420, 430 levels. Shobha is a good stock, but currently it is coming down. So wait for the lower levels. At this level, 795, there is a demand zone here. So wait for that level. IB Real Estate, India Bull is now, I think the management has changed. So you can expect this stock to move upwards. Deepak Nitrite, chemical stocks are down. Be away. I don't think it will move ahead because the reason is they were already overpriced. There was the opportunity for the chemical stocks to go up. Now that opportunity is reducing. So I am away from the chemical stocks. SRF also I am away. I don't have any of this. I have removed all my chemical stocks. Even Tata Chem, I don't want to have it. Only I am having is MOL and MFL. I want to remove MOL. I'll keep MFL. This we got as a bonus at this level, 600 levels. I added some more at 650 levels. The stock was given as a part of the demerger somewhere near 490 or something. I added something at 650 levels, and now it is up to 850, 890 now. I want to remove this stock. I will wait for 120, 130 levels and remove it. Okay, at this levels I'm decided to remove it. GSPL, I'm having some numbers, but I want to remove it. Okay, Deepak Fertilizers is moving up. Somebody is having from this group over here. Wait for the opportunity. Just now, as I told you, it has come to this 542 levels. If it comes around 560, 550, 570 levels, exit, because this is the maximum it can go. Exit at that levels. Dyna. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Tata Power. This stock is going to do well. Hold this stock for a longer period. It will cross this barrier of 250, 260. expected to go up to 300 levels, but you will have to hold for another 6 months to 9 months. Power grid is doing well. Okay, ये स्टॉक को होल्ड कीजिए अगर है तो. कोल इंडिया एनटीपीसी you can remove. I am waiting for removal of Coal India, but at a better levels of somewhere 180, 190. This is the supply zone over here. So 180 levels पे मिल गया तो निकाल दूंगा. Okay. Cipla Pharmacy, you can see it is moving up better than the other. Okay, it is just moved up the 200 moving average. थोड़ा better है. Okay. Davis Lab, you can see down. Fortis is better, about 200, but below the monthly and the quarterly moving average. Lalpat Labs also doing bad. All the lab stocks are going down. Mahindra and Mahindra, better in the auto, looking better. Maruti, this stock is continuously swinging. It went up to this levels, 8850. You can see here, at that point of time, 8850, I removed it. It came down. I'm waiting to enter once again at this levels, around 8000 levels, or maybe little low, 79. Once I enter once again, I'll wait for it to go up, because this will keep on swinging for some time, because it has to cross the 10,000 levels. Till that time, the stock will keep up and down. Tata Motors, last 6 months, you can see from October, not 6 months, 4 months now, it is moving at the same levels. Same consolidation is happening in the Tata Motors. So this is the lower level, and this is the upper box level is here. So one top, second top, third top. The Tata Motors is trying to break this upper level, but it is not able to. It is moving in this channel continuously. Minda Industries down, but a good stock to hold. Don't worry, it will come up. Amara and all are down. Hero Motocorp is also down, not so good. You can see the 200 moving average ekdam niche hai. Bajaj Auto exports were better than the domestic sales. Bajaj Auto is also down. You can see they are very much below the mean lines, very much below. अभी थोड़ा 1 month and quarter से थोड़ा ऊपर है, but 200 moving average से एकदम down है. ACC cement companies will not improve till the time infra starts moving, and that will depend on the budget. Grasim, similar. You will see all the stocks are similar. Ultrachem, Ambuja, Heidelberg, all are in trouble. It will not move till the time we find any improvement. Now we see Asian Paints. The results was okay, not so good. It took a beating after the results. Okay, Dixon also once again took a beating after the. लेकिन last day पे वो बहुत swing में था. There was a heavy buying also happening, but it closed at the same levels, near about the same level. Havells is going down. Okay, results were not so good. Reliance results not so good. Reliance is taking a beating in the last 5-7 days. You can see it is a continuous red candles are happening. L&T in results poor, not so good, not poor. I can say it was below the expectations and not good also. Bharti Airtel, this telecom sector is expected to do well in the next 3 months, along with the banking industry. So hope to see, and if this happens, then Bharti, HFCL, Tejas Networks, they all will start moving upwards. Okay. Indus Towers doing well. Indus Towers doing well, even though it has come down. This is a good stock to hold. Okay. Anyone asking for any particular stock? Because I have to finish the presentation also.
Virat, sorry, Meghmani Organics and Deepak Fertilizer, what price did you say we should look to sell it out?
Meghmani Organics, I would sell at around 120, 125 maximum. And
Okay.
Deepak Fertilizer, as I told you, around 450, 470 it will come. Here is Deepak Fertilizer. This level, sorry, not 450, 570, 560, 570, Deepak Fertilizer. but just now it is at 540. Just see what is the trend. Okay, because 1 minute. There's a lot of fluctuation in this stock, Deepak Fertilizer. Okay, so if you get it somewhere around these levels,
Okay.
around 560 levels, you can exit from Deepak Fertilizer, and Meghmani Organics around 120 levels.
I think it's right now currently at around that levels, right?
Well,
So
it is
then,
at 112, Meghmani. I'm not telling you to sell MFL, Meghmani Fine Chemicals, you hold that.
no, Meghmani Organic.
Organics is 112. Here is Meghmani
So
Organics.
sell it around 120.
120, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Viraf.
Yeah.
Viraf, what about Aisha Motors? What level can one sell it?
1 minute. So this is the buy zone. It has come to these levels. So actually it is coming down. So now you will not get a good price if you want to sell at this level. So if you are looking for a little better price, at least you should wait for some points over here. So if you can get at somewhere near 2,700 levels to 2,758, ये लेवल पर सेल करने की पॉसिबिलिटी है. So remember this, on the last day there was a spike and it crossed that bar. So थोड़ा, if you put the higher level, put the order, sell order at 2760 to 800, you may get a spike and the stock can get up to this level. So you can see it here. But to move this barrier, इतना ऊपर जाने का बहुत टाइम लगेगा. 28 levels, 2850, 60 levels will be little difficult. Okay, so try at this levels if you can. The upper level, you can say around 2750, 2780 levels. If you get at that level, but if you are bought at higher, the costly levels, then you wait for some time.
Okay. Thanks.
Anything, any other stock? Let's move to the presentation. This will help the new people, the people who are sort of learning. We saw this mean reversion principle. Let us see a story which will make you understand how the retailers actually invest in the markets. A bird is flying. The father bird gives advice to the child, son, don't fly too high, because if you fly high, you will burn yourself because your feathers are made up of wax. Don't fly too low because you are flying over the ocean and you will go into the sea. To follow this, what else the bird has to do is to understand that there are some rules in business, even in investing. You have to follow the rules. If you don't follow the rules, then you can end up into trouble. So you have to be remembering the rules, follow the rules, process, and be consistent. ऐसा नहीं कि मैं एक दिन ये किया, दूसरा दिन कुछ और करूँगा, थर्ड डे कुछ और करूँगा. So today, young retail investors, new in the market, not having much of idea, they move very high into the sky, soar into the sky, and when they are flapping their wings, suddenly they find the heat of the sun is melting the wax, and because of that, they come down low. They go so low into the that they ultimately fall into the sea and drown themselves. this happens with most of the investors. We don't follow the rules and processes. When the markets are bullish, we are very much up in the sky. We feel that we know everything, but suddenly the corrections will remind us where we are and how we are in a position to actually do what we are supposed to do. Many a times we find that we don't follow processes and we end up into more trouble. Failure happens to around 80-85% of the retail investors because most of them don't have any process, don't have any rules. They are not properly understanding the markets. So let's see what are the retail investors. Normally go by media, news, tips, advisors, don't use their own thinking, driven by vested interest like the brokers. They are told to buy this. They normally see, अरे मार्केट में क्या चल रहा है, तो वो चल रहा है तो वो बाय करना चालू कर देते हैं. Many a times we see that a particular stock is going up in the market. A particular stock is going up in the market. So this is the market behavior. What will happen? The retailers will, the institutions will enter at the right time, at the right location. The institutions enter here, the financial institutions. Then the retailers see, oh hey, market mein stock upar ja raha hai. So what does the retailer do? They enter somewhere here, in this range. The retailer enters here, somewhere from here till here. And what happens afterwards? The institution starts selling. So what has happened? The retailer has entered at the top end of the stock, where the institutions have started selling. So this is the point where we have to catch the market from year to year. If I am able to catch the market in this trajectory, then I will be one of the good investors or the traders. But if I am not able to get into this purple box levels, then I am not doing the right kind of investment. This zone is called as the accumulation. This is the upward movement where there is a lot of addition which is happening, and this is called as the distribution. So we have to accumulation mein, at the end of the levels, somewhere near here we can enter. Then when the stock is moving upwards in this zone, we can add up. So add in this zone. Add in this zone. And when everyone is removing, that is when the DIs are removing, which is called as the distribution, you also exit. If we exit in this manner, we will be doing better. Otherwise, what happens? We end up buying at a higher level and then we end up losing whatever we are doing. So let's move further. So retailers want to buy what others are buying and largely ape the institutions. They don't know which stocks to buy, when to buy, and what price levels. They all buy when most of the time the prices are high. They buy in greed and they sell in fear. Many a times, this greed is one element which makes us take decisions of not selling the stock. Greed is a problem which we face. If you are a good investor, then we should always see that we should avoid the greed and the fear factor. When the market is selling, we should be looking for good stocks to buy. And when the market is buying, we should be looking for profit booking in some of the stocks. So retailers don't follow this method and they lose either way. Even me, I also made mistakes. Nobody is perfect because we cannot time the market. Correction and crash is the time where you have to look at good fundamental stocks. We are already having a correction of around 8 to 10%. Look for another 5, 7, 8% more. This will not happen immediately. The market will go up a little bit. Once again, it will go down a little more. So lower lows it will keep creating, and slowly and steadily the market will move downwards. Stock prices move on the demand and supply basis, like in any product or service. Foreign institutional investors or FPIs or DIs, they have a lot of smartness. They have a lot of people working for them. They buy the stocks and the bonds. For them, their long-term interest is only for few months. They are there only for few months in the market, then they go out and come in. Just now, last 5-6 months ago, nikal rahe. Domestic investors like your mutual funds, insurance company, pension funds, banks, financial institutions, and some big large investors, they also enter. Most of the time they buy when the FIs are selling and they sell when the FIs are buying. All these smart investors, whether FIs or DIs, there are a lot of people who work for them and do this job. For them, it is a business, it is a job. Okay. They have a lot of inside information also available to them, which is called as scuttlebutts. They have a lot of money power and agents and operators, and they manipulate the markets. Many a times I hear information that today 130 ko market 200 points se upar jayega. I'm surprised to know how they know it. And then it may happen and it may not happen. But sometimes this information keeps coming. But it is really, really frightening that many things are getting leaked in the news. Somebody is buying something, it is informed in the news, whereas he has already bought it. And when he is saying that he is buying something, actually that is the time he is selling. So he is wanting to see that the prices go up, and we naive retail investors, we end up buying the price, a stock at a higher price. Smart investors leak news in the media. Some recent examples have happened where insider trading has happened recently in Lux Industries last 2-3 days back, and the stock went down by 20%. Smart investors, they have a lot of money. They can manipulate the investment in crores of rupees. We don't, and we can't think of it. They take the Sensex up and down depending upon the demand and supply. This is what I showed you already. Jan, November, October, November, December, Jan, FIs have withdrawn tremendously. 35, 70, 110, 135 crores approximately withdrawn in last 4 months. Last 4 months. Jan 1 month, 1 day is still there. Yearly withdrawal, you can see in the year of 2021, 92, we have already withdrawn 35-38% approximately. Okay, DIs have add money, थोड़ा money डाला है markets में, but unfortunately money entered in the market is much less than the money withdrawn by the FIs. So net we are less. Yearly withdrawal addition in this month has happened is 18. Last year it was 94. 1/5 has been added in this 18 5 90. Here is an important kind of presentation. What is the difference between an investor, a trader, and a speculator? Please take a picture if you want to. An investor is looking for fundamentals, has a plan in mind, looks for long-term investment, 1 to 5 years, monitoring it regularly, plan to make 2x, 3x, 10x. I am having a plan of 3x in 5 years' time. That is the plan which I am moving. So I need to have 30% gains on a regular basis. Some years it will be 20, 25, some years it will be 35, 40. Study the economy, the indices, the sectors, the stocks, and the world scenario. They study, normally there are two approaches, top to bottom approach. That is the economy, the sector, the industry, and then the stocks. That is from top to bottom. Sometimes we use the bottoms up approach. I use a combination of both this. In bottoms up approach, we look at the individual stocks, the fundamentals, the earnings in this quarter or in the last 2 quarters, the valuations, and the technicals. These are the, and one more thing, risk. These are the parameters at which we look. Most of the investors are process driven. The psychology of investing is very important. We have to be cool and calm. We should not get worried. Traders look at the technicals, they look at the charts, they plan and invest in time. The time horizon is little shorter. They look for a day or a week or a month period. Whereas the long-term investors will look for 6 months to 1 year to 5 years. Okay. The risk reward is measured in this case, where in the investor we have 2x, 3x, 5x. Here we look at the risk of 1 to reward of 2, 1:2, or 1:3, or 1:4. 1:4 के ऊपर जाने का possibility very rarely we get it. Okay, the traders do shorting as well as long. We'll see what is a short later, next lecture. They study the price charts, they study the candles, they study the indicators, they study the price and volume. Many a times the psychology of trading is very important to them. If their psychology is able to be cool, calm, be away from the fear and the greed factors, don't think about the FOMO, fear of missing out, then we will do well. So the investor and trader has some plan. Speculator, no plan, nothing, event based, instant profit, jo mila sahi, nikalne ka hai to nikal do. His hit ratio is less. What is hit ratio? How much? Like if I take 5 trades in a day, and if I'm success 1 or 2, that is my hit ratio, which is low. So normally the traders will have a hit ratio of 40, 45, 50%. Investors will not have look at hit ratio. They look at long-term investing. So in a portfolio, if you have 10 stocks and then 7 are doing well, your portfolio is good enough. Okay. Speculator, unplanned working, short period of time holding, short period maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes also. Go by greed, fear, market euphoria. Take the advantage between the difference in the prices and the volatility. So trader is nothing but person who buys equity, bonds, foreign exchange. He buys for himself if he is working as a company, his own business, or he can buy it for the job for which he is doing. There are many companies employing traders. So your earnings are taxed, and your earnings become your intraday. You have a capital gain tax, which is short term because you are being within some period of time less than 1 year. You have to pay the brokerage, the STT, all these charges ends up a lot of money being paid by the traders. The delivery charges are not taken because there is no delivery. So there is a fixed intraday charge, 15 rupees or 20 rupees per any intraday trade. Most of the people work, so many of them, they work for some employees who are big traders, who are big operators, who are financial institutions. They take the risk, they give you some commission. The trader is given some profit, part of it, some commission. Okay, he receives a salary and bonus and commission. So here he is a person as an employee, he is employed somewhere in some financial institution. He can do on his own also. Okay, he can work for himself, become a trader, he has a laptop, gets some kind of a tie up with some discount broker, uses his tools, has a small office at his home. His risks are his profits are his. If he makes losses, he has to bear the losses. But this is not so good if you are not doing properly. If you are doing properly, you can make some money. Recently, Nikhil Kamath, one of the Zerodha persons, said that less than 1% of the traders are making money equivalent to the FD. That is around 7-8% in a year. So it's of no use. Sit whole day and then you get nothing. It's fine. So how the novice trader works, you see this: no education, no discipline, no system, no trade plan, no process, works with emotion and tips, doesn't have position sizing, entry levels, target levels, and stop losses. Trades in volatility, goes by speculation, gambling basically. Professional trader will study the markets, take some training, manages himself, manages his mind well, does not allow the psychology, the fear, and the greed to take over, has proper systems and process in place, trades with a plan, trades without emotions, knows about his SCTS, S meaning size, E meaning entry levels, T meaning target levels, and the other S meaning stop level. These four things are very important when you do trading. Doesn't trade volatility and is not involved in any gambling. Is systematic, no gambling at all. So this is a major difference. This is another important page which you want to take it up, because this is where you have to be the right side of the, if you want to be a professional person. A professional trader will do all these things. So how do we do it? You have to know what you want to become. Do you want to become a trader or an investor? Your goals for 10 years. Because I have spent money, I realized that gaining my knowledge. Definitely something. Some days may be bad, some days will be good also. Be a process-driven investor or a trader. When we say process-driven, what we need to do, please understand this very well. Know how the markets work. Know who are the market participants. Understand the world, the Indian economy, sector, which stocks to buy, which stock not to buy. Now, if on Tuesday I realize, and then you have to read a lot. You have to attend multiple webinars. You have to see what others are saying. I attend at least 4 to 5 webinars in a week. I spend at least in a week, I have a habit of not reading one book at a time. I read 2 or 3 books at a time. In the sense, I don't read the full book. I read part of it and then I relate with some other book and then I relate with some other book. So I'll be giving you one book this today also. Start with a small basket of stocks. Concentrate on them, understand the behavior of these stocks. Small investments are important. Wise investments are important. You should know when to move out of the stock. Sometimes it becomes very difficult to exit the stock. Sometimes market mislead you. There was uproar, heavy news that metals are going to do extremely well. Very positive. Everyone today, most of the analysts are worried about the metals. The reason is infra is not moving at all. Unless and until capex expenditure and infra moves, metals and cement will not move. You don't need a high IQ level, but you need a lot of common sense and thinking and reading. You have to be working on both the processes, your investor processes as well as your trader. Because if you know fundamentals, you will be able to pick up the right stocks. And if you have fundamentally good stocks, you will not have to worry. Sometimes in a particular quarter, the fundamental stock may go down, like Motilal Oswal has gone down. The reason it has gone down, because the business is down. The business is down. COVID has disrupted many businesses. Why Naukri has gone down? Why India Mart Intermesh has gone down? IX is going down. CAMS is going down. It is not that fundamentally the business is in trouble, but the current earnings in the quarters are going into trouble because the business is not coming only. The hotel industry is in trouble. The pharma industry, which was supposed to be doing well because of the COVID, is in trouble because now people are using 250 rupees wala kit. So nobody goes to the labs. I used that kit 3 times in this two weeks period. एक जमाने में हम लोग 950, 1000, 1200 पढ़ा था, अभी 250 में पता चलता है. बट वी आर नॉट वेरी श्योर वेदर वी हैव दैट इंटेज this particular virus or not, because the symptoms are less and it goes away. We should know how to buy and exit, both as an investor as a trader. And now what is happening is partial buying, profit booking is, sorry, not buying, partial profit booking is very essential, because market में पैसा होगा तो तुम डालोगे ना. तो partial profit booking is very much important, and we have a worry of exiting. One day I'm going to take a lecture only on exiting and adding intermittently. Which tools we'll use, we'll see that. Work on the strategies of investing and trading. Read ET markets, read money control. Be some professional manage subscription for Money Control Pro, ET markets, CNBC, News 18, TV 18. Risk management and position sizing is very important. SETS we said, no? So the first S is the size. The second E is the entry levels. That is the buy levels. The T is for targets, where you want to exit. And the fourth exit is S is for stop loss. Market reversing the direction. You think it is going up, the market is going down. So you need to have a stop loss. Especially stop loss is required for trading. You need to work on psychology and mind management. We'll see this lecture. We'll have two lectures or one lecture basically on this particular thing. Educate yourself. This is very important. Reading is a must. I'm coming out with a course. That's why I'm doing it free. But I'm coming out with a course which is aptly named The Business of Investing and Trading. Okay, this will be, we are looking at some part of it. This will be a 3 months course, will be a paid course later, not now. Book for reading. This is one book I'm suggesting you to change yourself. The tiny changes which can be done by Atomic Habits. This book by James Clear. You have to apply yourself. Read the book and then apply yourself in how I am going to change my investment and trading journey. I am reading this book with one more book which is for psychology, which is called as The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Okay, so read this books. If you want, you can read parallel. I will be giving that book next time, because I will be talking about mind management a little bit. So that book is also useful. So this Atomic Habits should be means you should be moving in a process driven direction. You should be having your rules for investment and trading. You should be having a good control on your mind. Start with small habits, small ways of doing your business, small ways of opening the charts, small ways of looking at the world markets, small ways of spending half an hour before the markets. Small things you cultivate, change, and train your eyes to see the charts. Be away from this greed and fear. When there is a euphoria in the market, when the market was moving up in the last week के पहले वाला week में, like first week of Jan or second week of Jan, I was telling everyone continuously do profit booking. I don't know how many must have done. I booked something like 2.5 lakh rupees profit, and I invested now in this last 1 week. What you have to do, if I don't do it, what will happen? I will always keep on adding money in my market, and I will not remove the money from the market. So what will I feel? Virtual very happiness. My portfolio is going up, but when it comes down, crashing down, or correction is happening, what do I have? Do I have the money to buy? Now people are afraid of fear of the market. Don't have the fear. The Indian economy is going to do well. Wait for its time. Some correction will always be there, and always a correction is a healthy thing. Don't worry about the correction. I will tell you for sure that you will do better. Okay, but don't expect. Last year I had a 35% gain. I'm not expecting 35% because first 6 months I'm expecting the market to move in this direction only, from 16,000, 15,500 levels to 18,000, little up, little down, little up, little down. It will keep on moving in a sideways consolidated market. And then when the FIs start coming in slowly, steadily in April or May or June, you'll find the market moving up. And from that 15, 16,000 levels, it will go about to 19, 20,000 levels. If it reaches 20 or 21,000 Nifty, I will be very happy. And that is around 18, 19, 20% gains. So don't expect too much this year because we are looking at a kind of a correction. But some of the analysts are saying 22,000 हो जाएगा, some are saying 25,000 हो जाएगा. So जब भी ज़्यादा हो गया, it is very welcome. It's a bonus for us. But think about this kind of situation because inflation is there. RBI is going to increase the rates. So if the Fed is going to increase, RBI is going to follow definitely, because here also we see some of the banks have started increasing the rates in a small way. So your FD rates will also increase a little bit, but still the FD rates are around 5.5%, 6.5%, 7.5%. For a year it is around 6%. So nothing compared to the markets. Work on the great stocks. Don't work on stocks which are falling, and look at the markets fundamentals of the stocks. Don't just go and jump into buying. Wait for the time. Wait for the quarter improvement. Fundamentals you should apply as an investor. For swing and positional also you should apply, even if you're doing trading. Trading indicators, the price charts will tell us when to enter and when to exit. So a combination, blending of the two is important. To be successful, you should know both the things. So this is what I want you to do. Be with me as much as possible. I will teach you on. I'll help you on. Okay. So atomic habits will have to be developed, cultured. All your irritations, all your negative thinking about markets should go out. You know a lot of things. That book on the Millionaire Mind talks more about affirmations and positive thinking and positive rules. I'll tell you the name of the author. It is T. Harv Eker. Okay, that's a good book. You can read that also along with this. Parallel or one after the other, as you wish. So disclaimer once again, this webinar was only for spreading financial knowledge. I am not a SEBI registered advisor. I am helping you to understand how the markets behave. Okay, be very vigilant. Volatility will be high. Consult your financial advisor before taking any buying or selling decisions or any investment decisions. Be very careful. Okay, we are not liable for any gains or losses. I've seen a recent video which talks about how the open interests are built up at the upper end of the market, somewhere near 17,500 levels, as well as at the lower level at 15,500, 16,000 levels. So market is in a confused state. There are some operators who think the market will go up, and there are some operators who think the market will go down. So in such scenario, be a little careful. Don't jump into buying. Okay? Anyone wants to know anything? Thank you for your attention. Okay. Anything else? Anyone? Should we close the webinar?
Thank you, Virag.
Okay. See you all. Take care of yourselves. I'll keep on.
Thank you, Viraj.
Yeah, welcome everyone. I'll keep on pitching in with the budget Budget day volatilities are high. Last year also, budget and the following 2 days it was very high. And after that, the market started moving downwards. Okay. If you want to see the last year scenario,
Thank you, Viraf.
okay, see you all.
Viraf, I just wanted to ask for one share. Can I ask you?
Yeah, tell me.
Poonawalla Finance, I wanted to know, is it worth
Poonawalla
keeping
Financial
and how long?
Corporation. See, I have seen the stock, I have studied the fundamentals, and I am not happy with the fundamentals. I'll show you the fundamentals also. The problem is, I don't know why, but the stock is, I'll show you the trend line. There was a lot of bullish behavior in that stock, but after looking at the fundamentals, I decided not to even look at it, because you will have to just wait for a minute. There was a lot of people talking about that shares,
Correct.
or some of the analysts giving a lot of positive signals for that. But when I was looking at the share, I found that the fundamentals were not good at all. And in this market, this particular market, don't buy anything which is fundamentally weak. Even if it is strong, and you will end up buying a. See you. Poonawalla FinCorp.
Poonawalla Finance.
It is named as Poonawalla FinCorp.
Okay, okay.
That's the same share.
Yes, correct. So,
See here, fundamentals point of view, the rating is only 40. Valuation is pretty expensive. Momentum is bullish, moderately bullish. And the target of the stock is 235. And currently the stock is at 276. If you see here also, it is at the red side of the bar chart.
okay.
When I saw the chart, this was not up, this was below. It was around 220 levels. That time I thought of looking at, because of the analysts, many people are looking for this stock. But then I saw the fundamentals and I realized that I would not go for this stock. And if you want to see
Okay.
the charts, Poonawalla FinCorp. So here it is, the stock. This was a period when it moved up. This is the day chart.
Okay.
Now it is consolidating and it is sideways. If you want to buy, even though it is a bad stock as of me, as per me, buy at this levels. Don't buy before that. But I would say avoid this because the market is bad.
No, so I had bought it at the 200 level. So I want to know, should I keep it or should I?
So you already bought it then at this levels, maybe at here at this demand zone.
Correct. Correct. So I bought it at those levels. So keep
Just
it or get rid of it.
get rid of it, as because what maximum level it will go is this levels.
Okay.
Around, what is this? 297. तो लोभ मत करना ज्यादा, मार्केट गिर गया तो ये और भी नीचे गिर जाएगा.
Okay. Okay.
So if you want, you can hold partially, leave in book profit booking, but fundamentals are not very good.
Okay.
Anyone, anything else? So let's close for the day. I wanted to close at 12 o'clock and 4-5 minutes up. All the best to you all.
Thank you.
Take care. God
Bye.
bless you all.